In this video, we'll be taking a look at 2 NBA games happening on December 23, 2024, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 4 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 2 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start: if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Utah Jazz versus Cleveland Cavaliers. An interconference clash on the basketball court features 2 teams in starkly different circumstances as they meet on the shores of Lake Erie. The Utah Jazz are set to hit the road, traveling to face the Cleveland Cavaliers on Monday night. Utah enters the matchup riding the momentum of a 105-94 road victory over the Brooklyn Nets on Saturday night, a game in which they defied odds as 1.5-point underdogs. Meanwhile, Cleveland is coming off an emphatic 126-99 home triumph over the Philadelphia 76ers, a win that capped the second game of a back-to-back home stint and saw them comfortably cover the 9-point spread as favorites. In the history of their regular season encounters, the Jazz hold a 62-52 lead in the series, but the Cavaliers have claimed the most recent 2 meetings. Notably, Cleveland dominated their last showdown, securing a 129-113 road victory on April 2, 2024. The Utah Jazz find themselves navigating a challenging stretch, having lost 8 of their past 11 games. However, they aim to extend their winning streak to 3 games after an impressive 105-94 road win over the Nets on Saturday. In that game, the Jazz collectively shot 47% from the field and connected on 14 of their 41 attempts from beyond the arc. After a sluggish opening quarter, Utah rallied with a 31-point outburst in the second quarter, seizing the lead before halftime. Their defensive efforts shone in the third quarter, where they held Brooklyn to a mere 18 points, building a commanding lead that swelled to 20 points at its peak. On the other hand, the Cleveland Cavaliers are in stellar form, having won 8 of their last 9 contests. They enter this matchup on a 4-game winning streak following their dominant 126-99 victory over the 76ers on Saturday. The Cavaliers showcased their offensive prowess by shooting 53% from the field and an impressive 22 of 43 from 3-point range. Cleveland seized control in the second quarter with a 36-point scoring surge that gave them an 11-point lead at halftime. They maintained their intensity throughout the game, ultimately cruising to another lopsided home win. Both teams face potential roster challenges, with the Jazz monitoring the status of Keon George, who is listed as questionable, while the Cavaliers are awaiting updates on Sam Merrill, who is dealing with a quadriceps injury. Despite their recent victories over the Pistons and Nets, the Jazz face a significantly tougher challenge against a Cavaliers squad in peak form. Although Cleveland is playing their 3rd game in 4 days, their recent blowout wins over Milwaukee and Philadelphia have allowed them to manage their rotation's workload effectively. The Cavaliers possess a deep roster that enables them to consistently deploy fresh talent, making them a formidable opponent. Statistically, the disparity between the 2 teams is striking. Utah ranks 28th in the league with a -9.2 net rating, while Cleveland is 2nd overall with an 11.4 net rating. Recent defensive performances further highlight the contrast, as the Jazz have allowed an average of 126.4 points over their last 5 games, while the Cavaliers have limited opponents to just 101.5 points in their last 4 outings. While the Jazz have shown improvement by winning their last 2 games, they are likely to face a harsh reality against a Cavaliers team that dismantled the 76ers by 27 points in their previous game. Although betting on double-digit favorites can be risky, Cleveland's dominance both straight up and against the spread this season cannot be ignored. The Cavaliers boast a 25-4 record with 21 covers, and they've been nearly unbeatable at home, sporting a 16-1 record. With their efficient shooting and depth of talent, the Cavaliers are expected to outmatch the Jazz on both ends of the court. Given their current form, the Cleveland Cavaliers to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The Jazz have hit the over in 14 of their 27 games this season, reflecting their struggles with turnovers as they rank last in the league with an average of 18.7 turnovers per game. Utah plays at a relatively brisk pace, ranking 12th in tempo with 99.4 possessions per game. Cleveland, meanwhile, has gone over the total in 19 of their 29 games, thanks to their ability to control the ball, committing just 13.4 turnovers per game, and their up-tempo style, averaging 100.1 possessions per game. Both teams have demonstrated offensive firepower recently, with Utah averaging 115.5 points in their last 2 games and Cleveland posting 126.7 points over their previous 3 outings. Additionally, their pace of play aligns closely, with the Jazz ranking 10th in the league at 100.17 and the Cavaliers just ahead in 9th at 100.62. Given the high-scoring potential of both teams and their propensity to push the pace, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Houston Rockets versus Charlotte Hornets. The Houston Rockets are set to face off against the Charlotte Hornets for the second and final time this season. The Hornets emerged victorious in their first encounter earlier in the season, defeating the Rockets 110-105 back in October. Heading into this game, the Rockets have gained momentum, securing their second consecutive win by defeating the Toronto Raptors on the road. Meanwhile, the Hornets continue to struggle, losing their 4th straight game, this time to the 76ers, also in an away matchup. The Houston Rockets have been in excellent form, winning 7 of their last 10 games. They aim to extend their streak to 3 consecutive victories following a thrilling 114-110 comeback win against the Raptors on the road last night. In that game, the Rockets struggled early, shooting just 44% from the field and converting only 7 of 28 attempts from beyond the arc. They allowed the Raptors to dominate the opening quarter with 35 points, falling behind by 16 points. However, the Rockets rallied impressively in the second half, scoring 63 points to complete the comeback in style. In stark contrast, the Charlotte Hornets have been mired in poor form, losing 12 of their last 13 games. They are desperate to end their 4-game losing streak after a 108-98 defeat to the 76ers on Friday. Despite shooting 46% from the field and hitting 1-0 of 3-1 from three-point range, the Hornets found themselves in a significant hole early, being outscored 41-23 in the first quarter and trailing by as much as 23 points throughout the game. On the injury front, the Rockets will be without Tari Eason due to a lower leg injury. The Hornets, however, have a clean injury report at the moment. While the Hornets managed to secure a victory against the Rockets earlier in the season, both teams have evolved significantly since then. The Rockets have emerged as one of the league's top defensive teams and have shown marked improvement on offense, particularly through their young core. They excel at controlling the paint and dominating the boards, which translates into numerous fast break opportunities. In contrast, the Hornets have been plagued by poor shooting, frequent turnovers, and defensive lapses, often struggling to play disciplined basketball. Houston enters this matchup as clear favorites, even though they are playing the second game of a back-to-back. The Rockets have the upper hand in several areas, including defense, rebounding, and overall execution. Charlotte, on the other hand, has failed to find consistency on either end of the court, and injuries have hindered their ability to build chemistry. The Rockets' strong defense and transition game should allow them to dictate the pace and dominate this game. With the Hornets losing 6 of their last 8 against the spread and 9 of their last 10 outright, it's hard to trust them against a surging Rockets squad. Houston's ability to limit Charlotte's offensive rebounds and second chance points will likely seal the deal. Thus, the Houston Rockets to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The first meeting between these two teams ended with a total of 215 points, comfortably staying under the projected total. Both teams play at a slower pace, with Charlotte ranking 26th in tempo and Houston also below the league average. Both squads have struggled offensively, ranking 26th and 27th in true shooting percentage. Defensive rebounding from both sides has been solid, effectively limiting second chance opportunities. Additionally, the Rockets, playing on consecutive nights, tend to score fewer points on the road, while the Hornets might again be without their top offensive weapon. This matchup is unlikely to buck the trend of low scoring. Houston ranks near the bottom of the league in both field goal and three-point percentages and is just 20th in three-pointers attempted per game. Meanwhile, Charlotte averages the 3rd fewest points per game in the NBA and is last in field goal percentage and free throw attempts. With Houston's elite defensive capabilities, the Hornets are expected to score below their average. Charlotte also prefers a slower pace, ranking 25th in the league in pace. Considering all these factors, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.